good. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins.
Here we go. One, Omaha.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Throwing to start the drive. Beard. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards, and not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run with Cunningham. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one. That's right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Here we go.
In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 4 catches, 52 yards. Coleman now. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Garoppolo now. After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Pettis hauling this in from Garoppolo. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And that time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guy who's already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. That is caught by Cohen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Operating from the gun, Beard. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's
out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mike 56. Night, sweetheart.
From the gun on 3rd down. Beard. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41.
Check 99.
Out of the gun, Geis. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16. And he completes it to Cohen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out, so 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen to fill up your...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board.
And got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Beard. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Right there, 56. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
On 1st and 10, Beard. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. Now Gold for the extra point.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Give him 23 yards on the pickup. The final shot before break. Beard, he's going to go for a big play downfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we come upon him. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's stone-faced wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go, third quarter.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 35. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down. Now a play fake here on first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Operating from the gun, Beard, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Off the play fake, Beard. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards, first down Niners. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Beer. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
They'll try and throw for it here. Taking it right down Broadway. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game, so you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerged.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Beer is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And San Francisco gets set to go here. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, Beard. He's got a rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Off play action, Beard.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Watch the pass.
They will run again with Coleman. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. This is Coleman. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here we go.
Throwing again. Beard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Beard. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Beard going for the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Beard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that'll cut the lead. Down now to 22. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result... A touchdown for Washington. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
11.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Escapes the defender. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards on the ground.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like... Old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Here we go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll keep it on the ground. Coleman, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On 3rd down, Beer. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being margins.
When they have to